Hello everyone and welcome back to another science video. Today we'll be looking at minerals. Now minerals aren't really what you think they are. They aren't all beautiful gems and everything. Technically they're just rocks. So today we'll be talking about how to identify them, and then we'll start looking at some actual minerals. So the way to identify them, well, the easiest way, but it isn't always accurate, is the color. Now, you can't just identify an amethyst by saying, oh, it's purple, because there are some other minerals that are also purple. One way is to get a streak of it. And how you do that, okay, here's an example. So you get fool's gold and you have a piece of gold. How to identify between those two is that sometimes the fool's gold smells like rotten eggs, but a better way is to streak it. So if you get a piece of gold and streak it on sandpaper, it will leave a gold one. A gold little streak there. But if you streak fool's gold, it will leave a black streak, and there's a good idea. Also, another way is by luster, and that's how light reflects off of the gemstone. Also, once you identify it, you can then see if it's a diamond. You look at the Mohs hardness scale, and that is how you know how hard it is. Also, let's talk about cleavage and fracture. So cleavage is when you find it and it's kind of broken, it broke itself. But fracture is when a human breaks it. So now let's look at luster. So here I've got a sheet for luster here. And we've got adamantine. And this is for non-metallic luster. So adamantine, and the appearance for adamantine is kind of sparkly. For earthy, it's dull and clay-like, like clay. And pearly is like pearl-like, so it has kind of like a pearl image. Resinous is like resins, like tree sap. Silky is like soft-looking with very long fibers on it. And vitreous is glassy. That means it looks a lot like glass. So here we have the Mohs hardness scale. So the Mohs hardness scale determines the hardness of each mineral. Let's start with the hardness, and then I'll tell you which mineral I'm talking about. 1. Talc. 2. Gypsum. 3. Calcite. 4. Fluorite. 5. Apatite. 6. Feldspar. 7. Quartz. Cool fact about quartz, quartz can be amethyst. 8. Topaz, which I have one of in my pocket. Here, this is topaz. 9. Corundum, and finally 10. Diamond. So before we start looking at the minerals that I'm sure you're really excited about seeing, I have a little fact about diamond. Now, diamond is the hardest mineral known to man. But if you have jade, like let's say you have a jade necklace and you drop it, the jade will be perfectly fine. But if you drop the diamond, it has a possibility of cracking. Kind of have a mineral lineup. We'll see some others after this. So first, we got some sandpaper and we got some topaz from a mine. So we're going to scratch the topaz and see what color comes out. But actually, I'm just going to use this small little piece. A small white scratch you see there. Just a very, very slight white scratch. So I'll put these to the side for the moment. And here we got a big bit of amethyst and a little bit of amethyst in a bottle. But the amethyst we're going to scratch is right here. So let's scratch it. So this is the topaz, so I won't do it near so we know the difference. This is also white. And one reason for this is that this is actually just quartz with iron inside it. Now we've got some other fun things to scratch. So just to prove that amethyst is actually just purple quartz, I'm just going to scratch this quartz. Very slight like the topaz, but it is white as with this other quartz. White. They like these white scratches and everything. So this is garnet. Let's scratch the garnet and see what happens. Interesting. A deep red-brown color. I like that color quite a lot. Maybe I should use this for paint. And that is actually what they did in the old days. They would get the powder and make it into paint. And this is also garnet, the red-brown streak. So now we got one more type of gem to scratch. And this guy is an emerald. But because I am using a green screen for the white background, it looks white, but actually this is emerald. So let's scratch this. Interesting, a whitish, slightly green tinted scratch.